Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery in the late afternoon, and it's a hot one. And these are my Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatulas, which I will probably use, but you can never tell. But you ought to see them anyway. Let's see, we get a 1. They go 1 through 7, and you can find them on the Amazon link under Show More underneath the video. This is the pan I'm going to put my colors in. That's one of the shovels I'm going to use. And that's a coffee scoop that I paid too much for at Marshall's because I was dumb. These are my OXO omelet turning spatulas, one of which I'm going to use. The larger one I like better. And I'm going to make a sort of escape today on this 14 by 14 inch canvas in a slightly different way. I think maybe I'll leave that there for a minute. And maybe the first thing I'll do after I spread that paint in a moment is mix up some sky or sunset colors in my shovel. I should put that right over here so you can see me. Right there. It doesn't matter what they are as long as I like them. And I'm kind of thinking that that white paint is going to help me make sort of cloudy formations. And I don't know, ooh, that might have been a mistake. I'm just going to have a little fun here with my colors. And I like to add some colors with a little bit of force once in a while because that helps mix the colors that are there. I may also stick a bamboo skewer in there because why not? Okay, I have one more color I did not add in. It's another purple. I have a light pink somewhere over here, yes, that I don't use very much because it looks like that and it's in a nasty bottle too. But really? Okay, well, it's punishing me for never using it. And the love bug season is out, as you can see over there, by that love bug deciding to join us. Still not a big fan of that paint no matter what. I've got some beautiful blue, and I think I'm going to like that. Ooh, and that worked great. I'm very tempted by a little bit of Prussian blue, which is almost as dark as black, and sometimes I can't tell. Oh, that reminds me, I have glasses on my head. And I'm going to use them as soon as I remember to pull them down after I'm done mixing paint. So this is the deal. I'm going to move my paint out of the way. I'm not going to worry about anything else right at this moment. Exactly. I have a short amount of time before the guy who's coming to mow the lawn comes to mow the lawn. So my idea is to make a nice thick layer of paint up here. And if I want to tip it, I've got edge catchers for that. I'm not going to worry about going over the side right now, because I suspect I may well do that anyway. No matter what I do at the top, I can always change the bottom. And I'm not putting any white paint down there because I intend on making that pan of colors and then scooping out with my shovel. But you can't trust me, I change my mind all the time. Glasses are necessary. Oh yeah, they definitely are necessary. And I can see the little seeds. Being a lawnmowing time of year, on the breeze is everything. Everything that birds carry, everything that the wind carries, everything. Seeds, grass seeds, and little other things that I don't want to imagine what they might be. I'm going to throw that in the bucket for the moment, and I'm going to, what am I going to do? I am going to grab the residual. I don't like that pink on top, so I'm going to throw some orange in there because I can. And we'll see what happens, because this is basically a dirty pour. Let's put a little dot of yellow in there just because. Here goes nothing. Let's do it like this, like I do my gardens. Let's take a Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula and get all that right off of there. I don't know what the white's going to do. I'm not sure it's thick enough, but I guess we'll find out in a minute. I'm going to throw that shovel in the bucket too, because I've got more shovels. I'm going to, quick like a bunny, clean off that spatula. Grab an edge catcher, I hope. I packed up my stuff last night so that the wind wouldn't catch it, because I came out yesterday and found all my edge catchers everywhere. I see you, edge catcher. Yes. And it's warm, I mentioned that. What is that? That does not belong. I got some strange stuff down there I don't want on there. And now it's gone. So let's just do the old pooling paint routine. This is our sky. Just letting everything fall down. And then I'm going to let it all go back. I'm going to squeeze that edge catcher a little bit. And I'm just going to keep letting that fall back. I don't think I have to worry too much about anything going too far. But you never know. Once I get to this other side, I might be able to throw something back again. If I had a little more paint in my shovel, I probably could have done that. I'm tempted to go a few other places while the paint is still moving. All the paints are acrylic paints. They're pre-mixed in squeeze bottles with a combination of GAC 800 to keep them from cracking when they're thick. I like to be able to be allowed to leave my compositions kind of thick. And I use 2 parts GAC to 8 parts acrylic paint. And then after that's all really well mixed, the next thing I do is add a half and half mix of Floetrol with Deco Art pouring medium. So skies are never uniform, and that's okay. I think I'm gonna give myself permission with my spatula to change up a couple of those things right there. And it's nice that I had my edge catcher, because if you can see right now real quick, I have covered my sides for the most part anyway, and I run that up the top. Alright, so that's my sky, and that's pretty cool. And what needs to happen next is that I need to, fast like a bunny, decide to make some other colors. And these colors I expect to be able to, cross your fingers for me, make another painting. And I'm going to use some of this new Art Minds teal that I love, and just give myself, I probably should have just made it in a shovel, and maybe I'll just tip that up so it's all in one corner. I'm going to use all of my favorite colors in there. Somebody just told me I use too many colors. That's probably the understatement of all time. So, no forgiveness necessary. True dat. Definitely a true statement. I'm thinking some black. Where's the black? Maybe some of that dark purple again. And I did pull out my forest, my metallic forest green. Makes me wonder if I should be adding some color in between, but I think I'm just going to utilize that gold. I could just pour that straight out of that container right across, you know that, right? That's very tempting. Maybe some white? I think a little bit of the, no, I think the regular white, if I'm going to put white in there. And I never did find the black, did I? That was the navy. That's the Prussian blue, which I always like to have in everything because it adds such nice drama. And I've got this wet strip, and if I'm quick enough at it, I think I can slide a little sun in there. Now, do I really want to use the shovel? I kind of do. But I'm going to need another one over here to rest that on, because I'm going to take a shovelful from straight across, scrape it off, rest it up. I'm going to try and dump that very carefully. Whoops, that did not work. Now what occurs to me is if I like those colors but I want them to change, all I really have to do is add some more of something to my pan of colors, which is not just tempting, but it's kind of likely at this point. So what have I got? I've got a basting brush. That's not really what I want. I have a little tiny spatula, which will work nicely. And I put my Prussian blue in there, which often sells. And we have some different patterns, and I think maybe maybe some of this green gold all over and in my shovel. And maybe some more of this other Art Minds also. Maybe some white. If I tip this again, we noticed it wasn't really flowing up there, but this will flow, so if I'm going to have to do this, I'm going to have to go that way. This is different. This is not the way I was expecting to do this. So I'll tell you what, let's continue on with being different. Like I could do anything else. Let's just take that and spread that paint in there and use it like it's a flow layer. Watch, I won't even want to use the shovel. And then I'll be stuck. Stuck with no shovel. That's funny sounding. Anyway, so you're right. I'm right. Whatever. I kind of like that without. So I'm going to grab some of the green paint that I see in my pan and just put it on my spatula and see what happens when I add a few things right out of the pan. That's pretty cool. I like that. I'm going to use some of the pretty color in the pan also to fix my edge because I can. Hey, that's the name of my book on the Amazon link below the video. If you look, you'll find those OXO omelet turning spatulas, and my book is called Because I Can. So that's pretty cool. I really like that. I don't think I want to do anything else to that other than leave it alone and maybe add a little sunset color on the horizon. But that means I'm going to have to cover this paint. So I'm going to scrape off my spatula, throw it in the bucket, and release my paint back into the container that it's in and put it over here under something that will keep it moist long enough until I can use it again. I'll tell you what, I've got these gorgeous colors here and I really want to use them. So I'm going to go ahead and give myself permission to do that as just another varied level. I think of it as the way the landscape is moving. See if there are any more adjustments I want to make. I just really think that's pretty, just like the way it is. And then I do something else, and I always do something else. So I know my usual watchers out of the 63,000 of you that are increasing every day. Thank you very much, by the way. Hey, thank you also for the contributions that have kept me going. And if you want to be in this month's contest, on the end screens of the last 20 seconds of the video, you're going to find my 10 by 20 exhibition, and it shares near the end this month's contributions to the drawing. It's going to be on June 8th, 2019, in case people are watching in the future. So don't get your hopes up if I'm dead or something. I have a lot of area on my bottom that looks like it could use a little dab of this or that, but that's going in the bucket, that's going in the bucket, and now I am going to go ahead and take advantage of the fact that I see a little tiny bit of white canvas there. And I think I'm just going to stick a clean skewer. Do I even know what that means? I have a semi-clean skewer here somewhere. I kind of like to not have any of that green in there. Let's put a little bit of yellow. That's pretty dark. Do I dare? Wow, of course I do. Let's just make sure that's not today's wet paint. Alright, it's just, I'm going through skewers like wildfire lately. I can't even believe it. I guess it makes sense. I'm being kind of slow and a little cautious because I really don't want that orange to blend with what's below it. We've got 3 minutes left, so I have enough time to use that white paint if it's still viable. And it's pretty warm out here, things are drying, but I think, make sure I don't get a drip. I think I can get away with it. See that over there. And I could add some more white paint, but I don't like, I'm not a huge fan of pastels, as you might have guessed by now. I mean, I like them sometimes, but so I don't have any more white canvas showing, I think. As I say that, I see that. Let's, I think I want some purple in there. And I've got that really sweet, is that the one I want? I don't know. Sweet Art Minds Iridescent, which I can never really get enough of. And it always makes me happy. And it dries so pretty. I got paint in my way, and I need something on this edge. Unfortunately, I had a drop of sky color on my tile, and that was perfect to fill in right there. Just going to run very gently because I don't want to make mud, and the possibilities of yellow and purple making mud are very, very real. I want to do something kind of kitschy and put some rays up or something, but I'm not sure that that is something that's going to go with this particular pattern, and I'm so close to being done. But all I really want to do is take the paint I've got and make it seem a little cloudy. Maybe I'll grab some of this up here, pull it down there into the cloudy area. Maybe I'll grab a little more and use it right on the edge. Just still carefully telling you I have 2 minutes. I do give classes at the house in Spring Hill. I do sell my artwork, and I have been selling, it seems like a couple pieces in the last day or so. We'll see if that happens. I have people contact me at easpbgallery. Yeah, I'm putting some spirals in there because I like spirals, and those are my clouds. I will do what I want. I'm a willful child. Hey, I want to thank you guys for all the great comments you give me. You're so sweet. You make my day every time, and you keep the negative meanies away with your sweetness. So thank you. You're so appreciated. I'm not quite caught up with trying to make a living, and I don't know when that's ever going to happen, so I really appreciate the contributions you guys have made. And if you shop my Amazon link, it is at no added cost to you. And you can find all kinds of cool stuff there. I just added tripods today. The gold mica powder that you can ask for a recipe. That reminds me, you can ask me any questions you want, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I had some issues with cookies clogging up my YouTube, but I'm back to where I was before, and I can actually get back to you in a more timely manner. I should probably torch the sky area just to make sure. And I kind of want a little tiny ball of yellow sun in there. I don't know if it'll stay or not. That looks like it's been used already. And that looks like something that does not belong. I gotta get out a whole new batch of skewers, I gotta tell you what. Alright, so there's a little tiny sun. You guys are going to be gone in a second. I am going to probably torch. And I might tempt fate and add a few more little spirals to my sky. I add them in my gardens. Why not my sky? I did the sky the same way I do the gardens. I think I said everything is for sale. You can find all kinds of cool stuff on my Facebook pages, including groups. Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation is where people who like to do what I like to do hang out. And you're welcome to join us. And Fans and Collectors has, Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Fans and Collectors has all kinds of albums where the wet and dry artworks from YouTube are stored. And you might have to join that. Yes, I did, and I don't mind. Anyway, I love you guys very much, and you're probably gone by now, but if you're not, I'll see you in the next video. Let's see if I can move that into a better position. I want that white spot out of there. I gotta find my torch. Won't make much difference. I don't think it's going to release any patterns at this late date. You have to do that early on if you want to make the patterns pop, but it will still allow the bubbles to go away. So I love you guys. I'll see you soon.